Hi everyone, this is the presentation where we're going to show you the secure infrastructure design and how the different components are going to interact with each other. So this is one of the corporate infrastructure design where you guys have seen there are different components are connected with each other. So first of the component I gonna go through is the perimeter router, which provides connectivity to the internet, and downstream connectivity is with the external perimeter firewall. That is the main backbone of the security, which is an internet facing firewall. And then the core switches, and prior to move forward to the core switch, this external perimeter firewall provides the connectivity to your public services. So all of the public services resides on these segments like DMZ VPN, proxy server, public application services. These are all internet facing services. And IPS IDS, that's gonna provide an attack prevention to all of these public services. Then core switches, this provide the layer 3 functionality and having all of the corporate routes, which network belongs to where. And if you see on the very right side, this is the data center firewall, which provides the firewall inspection with the IPS IDS capability. So all of the different VLANs of the server farms need to be configured behind this firewall, and this firewall will basically depict us the corporate security policies and allow all of the communication as per the security policies. One of the another zone we have like the security management server. So different security servers are residing over there. And the third one you see here, gap systems. So R&D works and some of the mission critical which doesn't need an internet. So the local manual mechanisms for the copying and like data, that's going to be still there. On the left side, you see this is going to be an access network where all of the end users are connected. Very first component we're gonna discuss here is the switches. So switches basically provide the network connectivity. That's all about the layer 2 connectivity. So in this design, we have seen like the core switches, distribution switches, and the access switches. Core switches, these are the central point for all of the layer 3 aggregation. Distribution switches, all of the different end user connectivities, either via wired or wireless. That's going to be aggregated to the distribution switches, since we will be having different departments which need to be segregated via different VLANs. And physically, like you see, like for the access switches, since we will be having a different floors, different locations where we need to provide the host connectivity. So that need to be provisioned by access switch. Next, parameter router that provides the internet connectivity. So this is the very first layer of defense where the WAN connection is going to be connected, and that will have some kind of security control, but definitely not. But the major purpose is to provide the routing to the internet, and we could have like a static or the dynamic BGP routing. The third one, which is the backbone of our security, that is the firewall. So we will be have like as you've seen over the drawing, we have internet firewall and the data center firewall. Internet side firewall that provides our public and the private network, and it does having an interfaces across both network, public, private, as well as on the DMZ side. Data center firewall that only provide a protection mostly from the internal sites. So all of the internal communication security policies need to be defined over the data center firewall, like from trust to untrust network or untrust to untrust network. So all of the application services farm that need to be provisioned behind, basically behind the data center firewall. So any user VLAN, either is HR, either is sales, either is operations, either is IT, either is engineering. So any of the end user VLAN or user sitting on behind uh, the distribution network, they need to talk via data center firewalls, and the traffic need to be inspected. So that is one of the critical component. And internet firewall, as I said, like providing the entire layer of protection from the internet or from all kind of external cyber attacks. IPS IDS intrusion prevention system, which provides the preventions as well as alerting about them, and intrusion detection system, it doesn't provide the prevention. However, it does notify about the threat detection. So IPS IDS, it inspect the traffic by analyzing by using the signature database, and IPS we mostly enable over the internet firewall, or like the IPS deployed next to the internet firewall or within the internet firewall. So that capability need to be enabled over the internet firewall. It could be a service or it could be the hardware. So uh, IDS mode that mostly needed in the data center, because IPS alerts a lot of threats, and it like there is a possibility of the false positive, and most of the communication behind the data center firewall that's going to be an internal communication. So that's how IDS need to be enabled. Proxy server, these are the server which are providing outbound connectivity. So web filtering policies and all of the internal users need to be filtered out on this server. GVM security assessment reports. Uh, I haven't seen lots of vulnerabilities. This is the one which I have seen, and I have shared the report as well. Advance in the novel network and protocols, definitely due to the nature of the advanced protocols and the innovative protocols. So security is always the concern over there. And from the security devices wise, it's also very difficult for the vendors to prepare to prepare their security concerns and to prevent those kind of cyber attacks. So that's gonna be a little challenging part. So the main thing is that like new innovation need to be covered by vendor in their security releases. So in any of their new release or updates, they have to release and they have to cover those advanced in the novel networks and the protocols. Support of those protocol definitely under the existing products. So these kind of advanced protocols inspection, most of the existing product doesn't cover. That's one of the issue. Less visibility and signature database in IPS or IDS. Definitely, we won't be having those kind of threats information in the IPS or IDS that need to be updated by the vendor. So the IPS or IDS database will be updated with the latest type of attacks for the any advanced kind of protocols, and mostly the protocol behavior are unaware. That's all about. Thank you so much, very much. Hopefully you like the presentation. Have a good day. Bye.